I'm running for mayor because I love where I live. I was a member of the Frankenmuth City Council. I was selected by my fellow council members to be the mayor pro tem. And honestly, on January the 3rd of this year, I received a phone call from our mayor, from Mary Ann. And she said, Tom, I'm starting down a journey. And that journey played out in a very short period of time. I was very fortunate that her husband reached out to me on the evening of February the 23rd and said, I need you at the hospital tomorrow morning. Mary Ann wants to see you. I was probably one of the last non-family members to see her before she had passed. And so, I'm doing it because I want my kids to choose Frankenmuth as their home. I'm doing it because I had a role model that showed me how to welcome people in, how to listen to people, and I want to fulfill that.
We've been coming out here since I've met my wife, so it's been over like 20 years, over 20 years I've been coming out here. We used to come out and visit all the time for all the festivals. So when I'm out here, I've noticed all the mayors always did everything. Dressed up, being part of the community. I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting, I kind of like this. I'm here anyway. So I'm like, it'll be pretty good to do all this stuff and represent this great city. So that's how it all started. Now, as I got here, 5-7 years later, and I've been living here, I can apply to be mayor. So I filled out my form and I put my name on the ballot just to throw my name in the hat, because everybody calls me mayor anyway. All my friends that come and visit, all the people here, because I know so many people from being around town all the time. Everywhere we go, people say hello, they're talking to them. I'm pretty outgoing. I have energy. I'm pretty energetic, and I like it. So that's kind of how it started. And now, like I said, I'm just an average guy who put my name into the hat because the opportunity, I think, is there for keeping the town great. I want to keep this going. We have beautiful area, beautiful town, the people that run this town are awesome.
My heart is here, and I've been in politics for so long that it's just the way I feel I need to give back to the community. It's what I do. 18 years as a county commissioner, 14 years as a school board member prior to that. I also held offices at the church all through that process. I'm very involved in the chamber here. I'm a former firefighter for 32 years. I just love the area. My family is all here. I've got 3 daughters that are all married, and they're married to good guys. We've got 8 grandchildren together. I lost my wife 23 years ago to cancer. And the community has helped me bring those kids up. They were pretty young when she passed away, and so I've gotten help from not just family members. My mother, Eleanor Kraft, is 97 years old. She's still going strong. And my brothers and sisters, most of them are here with their family. This is home for me. So it was a natural thing for me to take a shot at.
I've been coming to the meetings for a few months now, sitting in on the meetings and watching what goes on behind the scenes. And that's very impressive to me. And it's one thing to enjoy everything, but then there's another thing to see what goes on behind the scenes. And from working and my business background and stuff like that, I feel like I can help. I can be a part of it, be a part of this team. I want to be part of a team. I'm a coach. Teamwork is important. I'm looking to be part of the team to help with my skills, my skill set that I have. I think would fit right in with the town, beside my charisma and my energetic ability to talk to people.
Well, because I'm Dennis Kraft. I mean, I think a lot of my experience is going to help quite a bit. People don't fully understand what a county commissioner does, but all these other local communities and governments feed through county government in the form of combined services that are delivered more economically as a result of it, more efficiently. I'm talking about things like the jail, like the sheriff's department and the patrols that they put out, the prosecutor. So we have research and detective work that comes through that office that help out all these other smaller communities with managing what they're responsible for, and that's keeping peace in their communities. We have the Register of Deeds, which keeps track of everything that goes on within the county. We have the county clerk that manages births, death certificates. They manage the election process all over. So we're at a higher level where all these other municipalities feed in and we assist them in whatever way we can. It's how I know what goes on with each one of the communities that we serve. I have represented Frankenmuth, Birch Run, Tamath Township. On this side, I've represented parts of Buena Vista Township, all of Bloomfield Township. I get to know these people, including now Frankenmuth Township, which surrounds the city of Frankenmuth. So having my background and my experience in working together collaboratively is a way to save funds in the long run and do things more efficiently.
Well, obviously in this election, there's a choice. There's two other candidates that they could choose from. I believe that I am the best candidate because I have experience as a city council member. I've been on a variety of city committees, parks, library, city township commission, water, sewer, all of those types of committees. When our mayor had gotten ill, November, December timeframe, I began running the city council meetings. So I've already been functioning as the mayor with the title of Mayor Pro Tem.
So the probably the chief issue that I see in Frankenmuth is maintaining its charm as a small community. One that allows people to feel confident wherever they go at whatever time of the day or night. That is a big key here. It's quality of life. While we're growing, we need to keep that in mind, but we do need to keep growing because when you stop growing, you see this in communities all across the state that have not taken the initiative to grow, they end up going the wrong direction. And so they become very stagnant in what goes on in those communities, and that has a big impact on their pride. We have a lot of that here, and we definitely want to keep that up. It's a balance. Another issue is balance between residents and businesses. We need to keep both sides as happy as possible, and there's always a fine line of demarcation between the two. We want businesses to grow, but we don't want them to grow in a way that it affects the quality of life for the residents. The third thing is our projects. We have a number of projects that will benefit Frankenmuth. Immediately is the recent approval of $10 million toward an indoor sports complex by the state of Michigan in their budget. We've got 3 years to use it up and apply it accordingly. I'm very excited about what that can do, not only for the business sector, because we know hospitality and we know it very well. So when we do this development, it's only going to fit in perfectly into what we're already doing. For the residents, it gives them an opportunity to have their kids take part in a facility that's brand spanking new, top of the age when it comes to what it can offer and the benefits that it'll be for those kids as well.
So let me take your question and say, what are the things challenging or facing Frankenmuth as a challenge in the next 5 to 10 years? The biggest one is going to be funding for our public infrastructure, right? In the next less than 5 years, in the next few years, we will have to spend money on a sewer plant, wastewater recovery plant. We'll have to build a public safety building. And of course, we've got to continue to maintain our current roads, water mains, sewer lines, etc. So for us, the biggest thing is trying to find a way to finance that without increasing the taxes, right? So once we get that done, then we can start to look at other things. You know, we're adding other programs to our Parks and Rec. For example, we're in discussions with a pickleball group, right? A lot of communities already have pickleball courts. We don't. We have an alternative method set up indoor in an existing building, but we're actively working towards building or adding things for the community, for the residents, so that they can enjoy what we have here.
To become mayor, like to build our communities, our relationship with our communities would be a good starting point. Making sure our communities are included in what goes on with the town. I mean, it's important. The communities surrounding Frankenmuth are going to be important to be part of this town. You know, that's going to be one. You know, growing our community while maintaining our fiscal, you know, responsibilities. Obviously, you know, living in Frankenmuth, you know, we all have taxes to pay. Trying to keep that within reason, helping to do that would be important, you know, for the residents of Frankenmuth, because it's always brought up how much this costs, what are they doing this for. Being able to explain that to the residents would be important, you know. And the third thing would be just, you know, new ideas for our community, you know, trying to keep up with the growing tourism, making sure people stay here, you know, and want to come here. And like me, I'm a perfect example. I wanted to come here. I want to live here.